Having your own personal physician in your noggin. Last night, I was feeling just, I feel depressed because people would rather play games with technology to mass murder one another to brain chemical addiction than use technology to spread the Lord's Prayer like wildfire. Boop a doop a doo, boop a doop a doo, boop a doop a doo. And we wouldn't have to worry about a hoot owl outside your window now for 6 nights in a row, right? She's coming from. Remember they did that to me? About Jennifer Lopez during the Obama administration? That was funny. Yeah. Well, at first I was like, God, that's really mean. That's pissed off. I was a little kid when they did that. I was 4 years old and they did that to me. I was like, well, yeah, I'm gorgeous and I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer and cleaned up hell all by myself. So it's kind of funny to me now. Back then, I thought it was pretty disgusting and sick and vile. And, who takes a beautiful kid that will stand up for right, not those, Marine commercials you're gonna, and then we'll give you a gun and a job and go kill people for the corporation. Yeah, you protect people from being bullied. Isn't killing people in occupied countries that lose it because they can't afford to live here and their children are starving to death kind of like supporting bullying? Don't you think you were trained in elementary school, junior high, high school, and college, if you made it to college, to go kill these people for America's best? These mighty men and women are the Green Beret, right? So when people bring their money to you, they usually do it in a combustible engine car that kills everybody that lives near the airport in Houston from heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Everybody's body has a different breaking point of how it's going to die from a toxic, stressful environment. Okay, it can come in the form of diabetes, it can come in the form of heart disease, it can come in the form of cancer, it can also come in the form of HIV. Wanting to forget about life for a while, who wants to fuck you in the ass because they want to get it over with? Just make me feel good like on Monsters Ball, right? The other day I was watching the little, it was a big Tarvey commercial with the little brown girl where they have the girl, the trim body with the ones everybody thinks is nice, but walking up to the pretty little brown girl who has age, right, has a book. And then the other one who's marrying the taller Mexican girl marrying the shorter Mexican guy. Just cute, right? That happens. I've met couples like that. It's adorable. No, it is. It's cute to see love transcend stereotypes and barriers. And people try to comfort each other through the cell. Like Billy Preston and come bring me your softness, comfort me through all this madness. Woman, don't you know with you? One of my favorites. I have that on an MP3. It just don't ever play. Okay. I haven't heard it in like 15 years. Okay. It's been a long time. Well, we're saving it for the last mindfuck, Parsons. Thank you, podcasters. Dirty, rotten scoundrels. Assholes. Okay. But there's a change. Where I am now, it's hard for me to watch anything. I said they had a press conference about Bradenton, Florida, where Amy's biological people live. And I went to listen to it, and then it said, oh, no, it's about collecting people of, Spanish-speaking communities from South and Central America and deporting them. So it has nothing to do with the holes, so I'm like, okay. So I watched 3 minutes. I was like, okay, I can't watch any more of this. That's, I want my brain cells to be, but I think what it is, I think it's more the way the artificial general intelligence through the quantum computing processes the information, garbage in, garbage out. Like that one little girl that was on there, I put this in and it doesn't give you, it's because it's bullshit. Okay, does it have to do with economics? Then it's not going to, it's going to give you whatever answer you think you want and lets you roll with it because that's how real money is. But you're talking to a quantum computer. This is people trying to take their brain and turn it into King Solomon. Okay, it's not working. You're not getting, just take the baby and cut it in half. So you have to respond logically. Well, I don't want to do that. Give the baby to her. Okay. You're the real mother. Okay. So you got to understand, it's really going to be difficult if you're stupid and using quantum computing for economics and genocidal economics to get the answer you want out of quantum computing. That's why they had to invent artificial general intelligence to correct quantum computing. It's like quantum computing doesn't need the correction, you do. And when artificial general intelligence can understand that and then apply it, are you feeling lucky? Okay, we'll get a contract from the Department of Defense. Okay, to understand. All right, so Rockefeller had that way about him. He's got a way about him. Don't know what it is, but I've got to laugh when he is setting you people up for you. You kind of laugh. You kind of just, goody? You get all Gilliard and you use Gilliard, Goody? It's like, So, and Patrick, because me and Patrick used to talk about this, they have this one-up thing that they do in the used Gilliard house. And Patrick sits there and he goes, Dad, it's hard. Yeah, you got to bite your tongue. It's like shooting ducks in a barrel. It's like, what? Yeah, I know. So, you didn't see that? Okay. And you have to, or they'll hate you. And Patrick goes, yeah, I get it. Yeah, you have to dummy up or they'll hate you. I had to do that all through the service, college, military, basketball. When I was young and Coach Rasper used to bench me all the time and get me in trouble because of the way, the worst one was the little cute brown-haired cheerleader waving to me in Rollins because I was just being polite. We were the only people on that side of the gym. It's one of those gyms that just has the bleachers on one side. And the home cheerleaders and stuff and all that are on the home side. And I was sitting there and the little girl was waving and I'm like, who the fuck is she? I look behind me going, okay, there must be somebody she knows walking behind the benches, right? I was sitting at the end of the bench because I was tired and, and she kept waving and her friend, they were giggling and they waved. And I went like this and looked around. I went, me? And she goes, yeah. And she waved. And I go, oh, well, hi. And just when I did that, Coach was going to put me in the game. And he got pissed. And I got benched all the way through the Sheridan game. We know the story, right? The kids, it was funny at Sheridan. No, I loved their football players. Okay, at Sheridan, their old high school or junior high or whatever it was for the junior high, right? It had one of those bleachers, like they have a lot of things. It was built back in like the 30s or 40s. And it has this little thing. There's like a little stand thing that stands over and they can mock you and talk shit to you, okay, over the basket, okay? And so the football players were up there. They were beating us sideways because I was benched the whole game. And so, and so naturally they're talking real shit to me because they're sitting there, how football players are. Well, you must really suck. You're on here comes the loser, here comes the scrub, Yeah, I'm on the passenger side of my best friend ride. I'm trying to make time with T-Boz and Chili, but they keep turning me down. Damn, you just mean women, but you're so cute. I'm just kidding around. So I sit there like, I'm sitting there and they're just going off. And then I think like in 2 minutes, they had like a 16-point lead. We're kicking our butt. In 2 minutes, I scored like 12, 14 points, whatever the lead cut. He had to bring all the starters back in. And the football players were cool about it afterwards. Like, what? I told them what happened. They're, oh, that's funny. It's like, it's not fucking funny. It sucks. But football players are cool. Okay. Not all of them are assholes. Some are really funny. Yeah, you got Adam West, Darren Morgan, Most of them are probably offensive linemen. Yeah, offensive linemen. Mom used to say that. Maybe it was David with Goliath. I don't know. But a lot of guys, because they're so big and sweet, like Kimmy the dog. Me and Dad talk about Kim all the time. Patrick, one of the greatest dogs of all time. Kimmy had that was him because he was a Samoan. We'd take him walking in El Paso or Tucson. It's hot, right? So he's happy because he's with us. He loves us, right? Well, he reflects the love we show him. He's a sweetheart of a dog. Yeah. He's a kind-hearted dog. It's just some dogs are, but Zeke was that way by nature. He's very protecting, and but Dobermans, pit bulls, didn't matter. Okay, trained to be vicious dogs. They would come up on Kimmy, and it was, I'm with my people, and the dog would come up, and Kim would go, and look at him, and the other dog would go, oh, I don't think I want to ride this train. And Kimmy would look at him, and then he'd go off, and then Kimmy would go back to, it was the best. I wish we had these things back then. You could literally film it. Dad said he saw it with a Doberman. Me and Patrick saw it with a pit in El Paso. The guy had the pit bull, and it came running, bounding out. Me and Patrick were walking Kimmy, and Kimmy just did his, and the pit went, on second thought, I'm a good once around the yard, and if you're still out here, I'm going to attack you. Okay. Patrick thought it was the greatest thing. Did you see that, Dad? Yeah, he does it all the time. It's the look. It's the look. It's the look. It's not the look of love. No. That's a look. Are you sure you want to ride this train? It was the Kimmy look. The Kimmy look. Kimmy was a Samoy. Big, white Samoy. They're, they're not like husky. They're big. They're fluffy, big, white, and covered. Yeah, Dad still can't get over it. Dad went on a trip with Tina, and they put him in a kennel in Tucson in the air conditioning unit, and his kennel broke down, and he died. That's a very horrible way to die. In a box without, in the hot box. And it's hard for Dad. We talk about Kimmy, but he still remembers that. It's like, no, just remember the good times. Do the Michael Jackson thing. Talking about the good times. Exploring love. And the look. And the Doberman's going, oh, shit. On second thought, I'm going to go back and check the back fence. If you're still here, mister. They are like the ones, the pit bulls and the dingoes and the stuff when me and Zeke used to go. When they would try to flank us and all that. And then when the shit hit the fan, they'd go, yelp. They'd run to the house. Alpha, could bring the gun. This one and his dog are scary. It's like, we're not scary. We just ain't about to get fucked with. No, you never met two nicer guys than Zeke and Earl. Ask Bear and his what was the boy's name again? He's a sweetheart of a kid. When Bear jumped over the fence and I Absalom Zeke and he was pissed at me, he ran all the way home. It's like, no, he's fine. I had to get Zeke off of Bear. Bear was a part boxer pit, and Zeke was a shepherd mix. But Zeke had him, but I pulled Zeke up, and the thing got a hold of his neck, so Zeke went for his eye, and I still have the scar on my hand right there from Zeke's bite trying to take Bear's eye out. I got between the two heads and kept hitting Bear on top of the head because he had Zeke by the neck. And the kid wasn't mad. No, he understood. It's dogs. And so we were like, okay. And Zeke was mad at me, got home, he yelled at everybody, he, Absalom, he picked up my leash and let the dog go right for my juggler. Like I was the bull mastiff and he was me. Like, sorry, Zeke. I didn't know. I tried to pick him up. And boy, I was exhausted after tearing those two apart. They don't get between two fighting dogs. If you love both the dogs, you're going to get bit. Hit the one on top of the head, they'll go. They're good dogs. If they're good dogs. If they're bad dogs, you can still win. You got opposable thumbs, they don't. If they're vicious, just take the most vicious one, grab it by the legs, and snap his neck. The second one will probably run away. Why didn't Liam Neeson do that in the Gray movie thing? Well, Hollywood, they gotta Eric Bana Hulk it out with Nick Nolte and the killer dogs from outer space, Anything to make your money. Well, that's retarded. Yeah, I know. Just live the Lord's Prayer. Could we start again, please? People still have to pay their bills. Do you feel if Ted Neely and Yvonne Elliman don't know who I am, I feel sorry for them. If they know who I am, don't feel sorry for me. I've got work to do. Okay, guys? I love you very much. Peace.